Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Libra. How are you, Libras? This is a general read. Oops, I said Libra. Okay. Yeah, we got someone letting go of some baggage burdens. I see the sun is starting to shine, Libra. What's going on? Whoops. Libra, I'm not taking all those cards. There we go. Yeah, it looks like you're making a decision. It could be just letting go of some baggage, getting things off your chest, but it's a judgment. It's often a healing energy. So see the sun starting to shine here. Yeah, it could be out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, some of you are being a little careful what you believe here too. A little guarded. So I do feel there's a decision, but it is an energy of somebody could be pushing someone away. If you've got someone who's pushing you away or blocking you or you feel guarded, this is where I feel like you have to make a decision. But this is often standing up for yourself. Maybe you're standing up to someone, getting some things off your chest here. And if someone isn't giving you that opportunity, you're just probably out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, we have tradition, habits, the way someone conducts themselves. It has to do with faith, loyalty, or just not, it has to do with being on the same page, but it has to do with how someone could be conducting themselves. We have a King of Pentacles, some Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It's often just energy, and it could be someone here who's looking ahead, planning, preparing. See, it's somebody here. It has to do with, it could be someone who pushed you away here. But I feel like this person here, it has to do with someone who wasn't ready to let someone in, but I do think you're standing up to someone. But it could be this person, because they've pushed you away. Yeah, it has to do with power, so you could be taking your power back. But I gotta tell you, this person here, there's something they're learning. Somebody who maybe made a bad decision here. It sort of looks like it's the other person, but it could be having to do with a decision, I feel. See, getting something off your chest, maybe standing up to someone, out with the old. See, the judgment. So it has to do with some sort of judgment. Could be somebody who is feeling that way, but to me, I almost always see this as just a decision and healing. Out with the old, in with the new, because that's what it's all about. So I kind of feel someone's either pushed you away here. So let's have a look at this Ten of Wands. What happened? Because this is a person planning, preparing ahead. It has to do with someone who has confidence and self-control. Someone who has some sort of faith. It has to do with someone taking the lead. But it's often where you get someone who pushes someone away and then they put on the brakes. And now someone may be taking another look. It could be someone who's judged somebody here. Let's have a look at the Ten of Wands. Why is this here for Libra? Why is this here? Yeah, it's a cycle ending a new cycle. Look at that, two people, yeah. So this does look like getting things off the chest for some of you, but it's about letting go of baggage. But I'm hoping this isn't somebody blaming someone else, the blame game. But there is going to be clarity. I feel it's releasing all this baggage, and it could be even this person. But I feel with the Two of Cups, it's about connecting, having a conversation. See, this is somebody looking at things seeing things in a favorable light. So it looks like there's, to me, it looks like out with the old, in with the new. I got to be honest. I feel like this is about making a connection. See, making a connection. Let's have a look at Judgment. This is somebody here who's single. They're looking out for themselves. And it could be a person here who, it could be connected to this person. So I wonder if it's an energy of believing that someone's actually single. Maybe you're a little guarded here. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it has to do with, there's a person here who's definitely curious, because I see a whole new cycle. See, it's all about timing. Something to do with the timing. Now, I do think somebody here was single, but I do think it has to do with out with the old and in with the new. So it could be someone who didn't tell you something. So tell me more about this Prince of Swords. It's often a person who, I swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. But they keep something to themselves. I do think, I'm hoping this is somebody who's actually single and, and it does have to do with that. Somebody may not be completely single, but you've made a connection. We'll see. I feel like you're a little guarded. You're going to be careful what you believe. Yeah, and I feel like it's telling you to. Tell me about the tradition. Yeah, see, it's the way someone conducts themselves. So we have this energy of someone seeing you, the way you conduct yourself. They're trying to learn something. They're trying to figure something out here. The couple who work together, play together, stay together is here, but it has to do with this person putting on the brakes. Now, it could be you taking your power back. If you have somebody here who didn't tell you they were single, I feel like somebody was single, but I feel like it's all about letting the guard down, letting someone in. Maybe I wonder if this person here, if you are a masculine Libra, definitely I can see this energy of curiosity, because I see someone curious. They see someone who's single. See the way they conduct themselves. It has to do with faith and loyalty, but it's about being on the same page. See, this person's trying to learn something here. Tell me about this, and maybe they have by the looks of it here. We're going to see. Let's have a look at this King of Pentacles. What's this King of Pentacles up to? This is somebody who likes to plan and prepare ahead. Yeah. Somebody with some Gemini energy, but they are stable financially. And it has to do with power, someone coming in and taking control of the situation. But I feel like some of you took your power back from someone because they pushed you away or you stood up to them. And if you didn't get an opportunity to do that, it looks like you may. If you are that feminine energy here. But this is someone trying to manifest here. Just be careful of someone here who, it's often someone who doesn't tell someone everything. So tell me more about this Prince of Swords energy. It's the masculine. Yeah, see, this is something bothering someone, burdening them. It's weighing heavily on them. But it has to do with clarity. Someone needs more clarity. It could be just someone who needs to let go of some baggage from another relationship. But I feel we have two people who don't really have any baggage here because it's here already. The sun's shining, but it's about clarity. Yeah, and I see this things moving very quickly. It's about movement, gaining momentum, making a move. It's about talking. It's about talking, communicating. It has to do with someone who's curious. And I feel like it's an energy of needing to, someone here is reading between the lines too. Interesting, because this is somewhat similar to the Gemini read, to be honest. So if you're dealing with a Gemini or a Gemini Taurus cusp, there's somebody here with some Taurus energy. It's just energy often, but it's about faith and loyalty, being on the same page. See, somebody here feels lucky, they feel fortunate, but it's something to do with I feel the timing. And it has to do with someone who took this, and I do see the communication and talking, but it's someone who's been there, done that. So it's someone who's being careful what they believe. And I do think this is someone who probably, if it is someone who's pushed you away, I don't know. I hope you're not blaming each other, but I don't feel that, because here's the connection. See, someone here is trying to, I feel like you got a person here who, I feel like they're single, but they're not telling you something, and it's bothering them. And there's curiosity. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it with this person. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. There's a little bit of reminiscing here. There could be children involved, but I do see some reminiscing. See, tradition, habits, the way someone conducted themselves. But it has to do with faith and loyalty. Yeah. And there we have, the star. So it's an energy of hope and faith. Someone is letting go of things that no longer serve. But it's whether or not this person has your best interest at heart. And it could be somebody who's learning that you have their best interest at heart. Somebody who is loyal and faithful. This is like a couple here. So I'm hoping this is just two people going to have a conversation, get things off their chest. Let's have a look at the Power with the Chariot. Why is this here? Yeah, see, there was some sort of temptation. And it's kind of murky. Something might feel a little off. See, something feels a little off. It doesn't feel quite right. It's something bothering someone. And I do feel there's going to be a conversation. Tell me about the Magician, because this is about being aware. See, two people being aware that you're manifesting something here. There's this awareness. Tell me about the Magician. Why is the Magician here? It has to do with the feminine energy looking. See, something feels off. It doesn't feel right. It's kind of murky. See, it's taking a step back. Something feels off. But this is somebody here after a period of time. See, someone's been very busy. I see a lot going on. Maybe a little overwhelming. But because often it's, you know, too much of a good thing too fast. Someone's being careful what they believe. So it has to do with temptation and someone, or this temperance energy, someone taking a step back, seeing things differently after a period of time. I think you're different than this person's type. You know your worth and value. See, it's all about respect, self-respect. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius energy. Some of you, there's a person here with Gemini or possibly Libra. And then all this earth energy. Tell me about the temptation, the temperance energy. Yeah, see, it's whether or not you're each other's type, things that you may have in common, but it's about collaborating, getting together, spending time together. This is someone looking ahead, trying to plan schedules, routines. But it's somebody here, I feel, who kind of put on the brakes, and now they're taking another look. But I feel some of you took your power back from someone. And you may have done that. You may be the person who's pushed this person away or just blocked them. Yeah. But this, it has to do with someone being single, the Judgment. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles, because that's where it's at here, whether this person is single. This is someone who enjoys the fruits of their labor. But it has to do with two people. So I don't know if this is somebody who isn't quite single. They're still in some sort of commitment. Because it has to do with faith and loyalty being on the same page, but it's something that needs to be learned. Someone's learning something. I think you got a curious person, and I do feel if you've got someone here who's pushed you away, or they're not letting you in, or they're emotionally unavailable, whatever the situation, I feel as though this is where it is letting this go. See, getting things off your chest, things that are bothering you. Somebody, and it could be someone who was blaming someone for doing the same thing, but we have the this energy of someone who's been there, done that, they're out of here. And then, but yet there's movement at the same time. So, let's have another look at this Three of Pentacles. This is about spending time together, doing things together. I feel some of you are putting on the brakes yourself. I feel like you're taking your power back. It's like you're out of here because there's something that doesn't feel right. It feels off. Because this is an energy of apprehension, looking at the details. There's something missing here. And it could have to do with this could even be a couple, people who are already in a couple, see everything going very well. I think what we have is, I mean, it feels like something new happening because it's out with the old in with the new, but it has to do with single, someone judging someone. It could be someone judging a book by its cover because it's a person who often feels it's a little too good to be true, you know. It could be a person feels like you're out of their league, but what I feel here with the Queen of Pentacles, see, this is someone releasing, letting go. It's an energy of somebody who has high values, morals. See, it's about the values. You may not be on the same page with someone here, somebody with good morals and values, but it's a person who's curious. And this card's been sitting here since I pulled this out. So it has to do with someone trying to avoid a disaster. But it's about taking lessons learned. See, this is someone learning something. And it has to do with somebody spending time with someone, doing things together. So I feel like you got someone who's kind of in this avoidance energy, trying to avoid. If you feel like someone's trying to avoid you, and it's like I feel it's bothering, and maybe you're the person avoiding this person if you are the feminine, because there's a little reminiscing about a situation, but it's someone who definitely, it could be two people missing each other, longing for love, but I feel it's all about reminiscing, to do with habits, the way someone conducted themselves. See, it's an energy of you deserve better. I feel like you deserve better. And I feel like you know your worth and value. See, all that self-respect, but it's an energy of it's going to be what it's going to be. I feel like you're going to let go of the outcome and just let it be. But it's about reality. It's about seeing, it's all about just being yourself. See, just be yourself. Yeah. This is an interesting read. Yeah, so there's definitely been letting go of hurt and heartache. So there could have been a third party, but it's often just that the hurt and the heartache. See, something's bothering someone here, weighing heavily. Could be somebody learning that there's something bothering you, but it has to do, and I don't know if it is a third party. It's possible somebody wasn't loyal or faithful. And then there's the Chariot. See, this is why I feel taking the power back, but this is someone putting on the brakes, taking another look. And then we have the Empress, yeah. So I feel, and then this come out too, sorry. But somebody here has, see, it's all unfounded fear. Fear of loyalty, fear of someone being faithful. But if there is someone here who was feeling guilty about something, it's bothering them, weighing off their shoulders. So something's bothering this person. And I do feel it has to do with whether you're actually single or they are. And I do see the Empress. See, this is someone healed. They're over a situation, getting things off the chest. You've let go of all this baggage, Libra. You know your worth. So I feel there's a person here who feels guilty about something. See, it's all about needing to let it go. It is what it is. A situation here may have not meant to be. But if you got things bothering you, I do think there's two people going to have a conversation. But yeah, see, it's saying to trust your intuition. You already know the answers you're seeking. So some of you maybe know this person isn't loyal or faithful in a past relationship where they maybe weren't single or didn't tell you. And there we have it. See, it's all about someone who puts in effort, somebody who puts in effort building. I feel like, and I do feel it's an energy of working. Someone has a lot on their plate. They have a lot of responsibilities. I see being busy, under a lot of stress and anxiety. So it could be where it's just something bothering two people. You need to get it off your chest. If you have someone who pushed you away before you get a chance to stand up for yourself, that could be bothering you. Yeah, or this person, either way. But it has to do with someone putting in effort. See, it's all about someone making the other person a priority. It's a person focusing a lot on work, but it is someone who's now putting on the brakes, taking another look. See, it's where someone felt something was off with you. It could be someone who judged you. Often it's someone who judges a book by a cover. It's kind of too good to be true. This person looks good. They're stable. They're single. And it could be where you've made some sort of connection or reconnection. See, it's all about often getting acquainted. And it all has to do with going down this path, getting together, things that you have in common. But it's all about what two people bring to the table. I feel this is interesting. I feel like what we have is two people who never really talked about things. And someone was judging someone, a book by the cover. See, it's too good to be true, feeling, oh, well, it's just not meant to be. And I feel with the feminine, oh, well, it's just not meant to be. You're just letting it go. So I feel there's already been some sort of, healing, maybe even some sort of forgiveness here. But this is about making a connection. And I feel it's like this is a whole new cycle. Someone feeling lucky, feeling fortunate, two people single at the same time. And I do think this person was single, but I feel for some reason they either weren't over something, they still hadn't let go of the baggage, or they had a lot of things bothering them. So I feel somebody made a bad decision here. But if you are dealing with somebody here where there was a third party, maybe it wasn't you or them, it may have been the person they were dealing with. So keep that in mind. But it's about someone putting on the brakes. See, now and this is the feminine taking their power back. So some of you did actually get a chance to stand up to them, or you just decided to let it go. But it has to do with this power. See, this push-pull between two people. Someone feel pulled in two different directions under a lot of stress and anxiety. But I feel some of you already know the answers you're seeking. This person's actually stable. They are stable. It's both people who are stable. But it's about getting together, spending time together. And I do see this energy as someone avoiding someone. But it's also someone waiting for things to calm down. See, busy, taking a step back, things calming down. I feel it has to do with getting acquainted or reacquainted. Yeah, and I feel like we have I feel like you already know, but it could be this person just kept things to themselves. But I mean, this is an energy of two people being aware what you're manifesting. There's this awareness, and it could be somebody who wasn't aware and now is aware of things that they weren't before. But there's definitely this energy of, could be, I mean, this to me looks like apprehension. I mean, I always feel this card as someone who just kind of sits down and looks at the situation. Something feels off. It doesn't feel right. So maybe you know or didn't know, and now you know that there was something bothering this person. But I mean, look at this beautiful energy. This is the Empress being open. This is someone who's let go of all their baggage. I feel like this person wants to talk, things calming down, they're feeling differently, something fell off, now they feel differently about this situation. It's about spending time together. See, how does somebody even know to make a decision if they don't spend time with someone and make them a priority? So there's the Cup. It's somebody who wants another chance. Somebody wants another chance, a do-over. This is someone who made a bad decision. Boy, that was kind of confusing. I mean, Judgment to me is out with the old and in with the new, but it's still a judgment, right? Somebody has to make that decision. Now, I do think it is an energy of someone finding out that you're single, seeing the truth. It could be someone who maybe felt you weren't, because it is about faith and loyalty. But I feel for the with the Star, it's an energy of someone who felt like there was hope, but see, it was too good to be true, too much happening too fast, feeling overwhelmed. And then we have two people who are often kind of, the way you're behaving, the way you conduct yourselves, you know, kind of grounded, trying to be practical and sensible. Two people who aren't being super emotional at that point. But this person's cup runneth over. They want another chance, a do-over. This is someone who wants to make something right here. I feel like you have a person who judged a book by its cover. It's too good to be true. Yeah. But I do think this is someone who takes care of themselves. They look good. So I feel like what you have is somebody who wasn't prepared. Now they feel more prepared, calmer, more grounded, more stable. Yeah, confirmation, stable. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because it's an energy of a person who generally can't provide or can't make someone a priority. They got a lot on their plate, a lot of burdens, baggage, a lot of things going on. So I do feel there's a need for conversation. But see, there was a connection. And then we have someone who was avoiding something here. But look at their cup runneth over, which tells me this person wants a do-over. They have a lot of regrets. You know, they should have been more patient. See, it is what it is. They felt it wasn't meant to be. But this person here, I feel they see the Empress. They know a good thing when they're seeing it here. But it's about whether you're open and available. So someone's trying to find out if you're still available, to be honest, or if you're invested in someone else. But it's also about interest. See, an energy of the Empress is always patient. Yeah, see, it's too good to be true. This is someone who felt it just isn't meant to be. There's no way this person's interested in me for the right reasons. But what they're seeing is that you actually have their best interest at heart. Someone who's, I mean, the Empress is the whole package here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think this person's going to be reaching out. Yep, tables are turning. And I was going to say, you know, whole new cycle, tables are turning. So there's been some sort of change. Someone's closing a chapter in the past, closing a book on the past, and ready for new. So this is the cup runneth over here. So this person knows they need to make some kind of a move. But I do see this going with the flow, seeing how things go. I do think this person wants to spend some time with you. They want to be with you. They want to talk, and it's about learning. See, two people learning about each other. Growing closer, see, getting close. So I don't know if this is where you didn't let someone get close, you were a bit guarded, or it was the other way around. Yeah, it could be both with the King and Queen of Pentacles often act a little aloof. See, there's that uncertainty whether you're actually really interested in each other. And these are two people who have learned from past experiences usually, you know. It all has to do with stability. It all has to do with being a little cautious. Two people are used to looking out for, for themselves here. One more on the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, see, crossroads. See, somebody was at a crossroads, the world, that time in between. But it's somebody who's between two worlds. They were technically single, but it still wasn't over. This is someone who's got a lot on their plate. It could have been debt, bills to pay, all kinds of things. It looks like it was a relationship on its last leg. Yeah, so there it is. This is someone making a choice. See, there's a spark desire. They want to manifest this. So I feel like this person wants to talk, and it does look like getting reacquainted after a period of time. It does look like some kind of, and it could be somebody who was on the fence, not sure if they were going to reconcile with this other person. But then I feel this is someone kind of coming to their senses. See, been there, done that. But this is somebody who was definitely under stress and anxiety, but I feel they kind of regret where they could have kind of blamed you for what somebody else was doing, because everything felt off. See, this is where everything feels off. It didn't feel right, and it looks like they didn't put in a lot of effort, but it is somebody who's been focusing a lot on work. And I think it feels like this person, it's like they know that you're stable, that you're a good person. But it could be where some of you have somebody who wasn't faithful in a past relationship. Maybe you know about this and you've kept it to yourself, knowing, where this person maybe feels guilty. But it's time to let it go. It's an energy of releasing it. It no longer serves, leaving the past in the past where it belongs. Yeah, and it could be, like I say, where they had someone do that to them. So every situation's going to be a little different, but there's the spark, the desire, a passion, new beginning. It's about two people coming together, talking alone. Yeah, somebody kind of wants to get you alone and have a conversation. But I see the need to cooperate and compromise. See, it's two people who build each other up. You both bring something to the table. It's all the things that you have in common here. Yeah, lovely. Take care, and we'll see you soon.